the first record was Rap for Listeners. Okay, so we did Rap for Listeners as a single. I want to say we put it out like toward the end of the summer. Okay, because at the time I was working on Old Cats. I was like in between working on Old Cats, and so and you know, Tone Spliff, man, shout out to Tone Spliff. He's one of the dopest and he's one of the hardest working cats that I know. It's like, you know, every time I would look up, this guy's dropping like full projects, you know what I'm saying? Just him. And you know, beats are on point. His, you know, he's, man, worked with some of everybody, man. So I'm like, all right. So I hit him and I'm like, yo, so I just hit him up and like, man, you know, say I like your sound. You know, we should, you know, potentially, you know, work, whatever. So he was like, you know what? Like, I know who you are, you know what I'm saying? Cause he saw me on Rappers Out of Control. Shade 4-5, shout out to Clipse and Riz. So he saw me on there, so he already knew who I was. He was like, I know this guy, I know that he's dope. So I told him, well, right now, you know, because he was ready to, I think he was working on something and I was working on something as well, which was the Old Cats. So I'm like, well, I'm currently, you know, working on, you know, Old Cats right now. He was in the middle of like working on something, but he started sending over some beats, right? Because it really wasn't gonna be like a full album. So he sent over some beats. He sent over the beat for Rap for Listeners. He sent over maybe 5 or 6 beats, I believe. So I chose that one, Rap for Listeners, and so I recorded it. And the thing about Tone, man, is if he likes something, I don't know how he is if he don't like something, but if he really likes something, like he's on top of it, man. It's like give me the ball, and you know, he's headed already to score the ball, man. So so we did that joint, and I sent it back to him, and he was like, man, you know, it's shit is ill. I'm about to add some cuts to it, and that's how that came about. So we put that out as a single. I kind of want to say like maybe June or something, and we put that out, and everybody loved it. You know what I'm saying? It was getting a lot of people hitting me like, man, this is dope. You know, everybody played it. So, you know, next is just like, well, we might as well just, you know, keep the party going. You know what I'm saying? And so we kept the party going, and so after that, you know, he just started sending over beats, man. And you know, there's only really one beat that he sent over that I sent back to him, and you know, not because it was whack, not because of that. It was like it just didn't fit what, you know, what like we had going on already. But yeah, so that's how that process came about, man. And just it started from that first single of Rap for Listeners, and then when I finished Old Cats and when he finished the project he was working on, then we went full steam at the project, the Marinade project. I'm definitely gonna say Soul Slap, man. Like Soul Slap was the very first joint that I recorded with the SOULution. He's out in Canada. He did the full Soul to Kijiwa and Old Cats. He did all the production on that. So just, man, Soul Slap, man, just cause like that was my first time working with him. And then I was back working with a real dear, a friend of mine who we hadn't really spoke in years, you know what I mean? So I went to his studio to record. And so just that whole moment, man, just like, you know, me seeing him and him seeing me, and we just back in our element again, man. You know what I'm saying? And how that kind of kicked off the whole soul of a Kijiwa album. You know what I'm saying? And just how also that song was also special because that was the first time DJ Premier. Well, the first time, so what's the odds of this happening, right? So the first time that I sent anything to DJ Premier, he plays it. You know what I'm saying? Like what, you know, like what's the odds of that happening? You know what I mean? So that's when I knew like, okay, I think I may have something here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna say that Soul Slap. You know what I'm saying? That was very, very, you know, memorable for me. I'm gonna say the first one, man. I'm gonna say a T The Human, a Vic and the Human, should I say? I'm gonna say that one, man, because before that, like, I hadn't recorded music in at least 6 to 7 years. You know what I'm saying? So I was always writing, like I said. So like, maybe a lot of them raps that was from the T The Human, man, was like maybe 2-3 years old. You know what I'm saying? It was just rhymes that I had, you know what I'm saying, on the spot. Like, as soon as I hear a beat, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say that, man, because, you know, I was still kind of in my, you know how it is, man, when you haven't done something in a, you know, so you kind of still trying to get that, you know what I mean, rhythm down and you know, things of that nature, man. But I'm gonna definitely just say T The Human, just like a lot of the lessons learned, and that's what everybody tell me. Now, I'm not saying that like T The Human was like a bad album. No, I think that it was dope and it was really, really well done. But just now, when I hear some of my music now, I can tell a big difference. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm more relaxed. I'm more calm. You know, I know how to attack different beats. You know what I mean? I feel like on T The Human, I was kind of, you know, well, so as an MC to me, because I hadn't rhymed in like 6-7 years, I kind of felt like that I had to show everybody that like I can rap. You know what I mean? So once I proved that, you know what I'm saying, then you can start getting into topics, you know what I'm saying, messing with different sounds, you know what I'm saying, what have you. So I think T The Human, man, I kind of proved to everybody that I can rap bars. You know what I mean? Because that was really like a really bar-heavy album. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, like metaphors, you know what I mean? A lot of, you know, wordplay, things of that nature. So I'm gonna say that, man, you know, definitely, man, T The Human, that was kind of like my, you know, summer camp, you know. Man, let me see, man. If I could, quick off the dome, if I could do, there was a joint that I did, trying to think, I kind of want to say, if I could have got Rest in Peace, Sean Price. Actually, if I could have got Sean Price on Soul Slap, you know what I'm saying? That would have been bananas, man. If I could have got Doom on a student enrollment, you know what I'm saying? Bananas. You know what I'm saying? And the Ghostface or anything that I could have got Ghost on, I would have been happy. You know what I'm saying? Any joint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, any joint.